What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? It's Renebean. Welcome to another episode of Life of a Game Hunter / Collector. And I got a lot of discs out there that need to be resurfaced. It's somewhere between $100 and $150 worth of discs that are just sitting there, not doing anybody any good. I like to let them build up, over time. That way I don't have to do one disc at a time. It's better for the machine and the chemicals that I use to do them all when I have a pile at once. So, like I said, they're all broken. None of them work at all. We're going to see if we can get even one of them to work. It's obviously going to be a win, but we're going to see if we can get more than that working this go around. Also, at the end of the episode, I got one package that came in, so make sure to check that out. And as always, let's get out in that shop. Let's make some money. Alright guys, we are in the shop, and as I told you earlier, I got a bunch of discs to resurface. I'm still looking around. I got a Star Fox disc someone sent in. I'm yet to find it. It's somewhere in this shop. Hopefully I can find it. Could be in the game room. I gotta go check. But we got this stack here. I like to save these up whenever I use my machine, just because I don't like to do one at a time. It kind of wastes chemicals in a sense. I've had this unit now for, I don't know, maybe 2 years, and it's by far paid for itself. Made me money big time. It's well worth it. When I got mine, it came with a kit. It came with, I think, 2 small size bottles of compound, and I think it was around 140, 150 bucks at the time. Could be cheaper now. This is one of the most recommended disc resurfacing machines you can get. You don't need to spend $5,000, $3,000, whatever it may be, on some fancy resurfacer. While those may be nice, it's not necessary depending on the volume that you're doing. And unless you own an actual video game store or CD based store, I just don't see you needing something that big. This thing has served me very well, and it's actually even broken at one point. The hinge broke off and I had to fix it back, but it's still working good. I don't see myself having to get another one anytime soon. So, and let's go through some of the discs that I need to resurface. And all these discs over here, let me show you here. I got mad stacks of just craziness right here. I'm going to show you all of them that they're all defective. None of them work. So with that being said, if I can get, half of these to work, I'll be happy. I'm most likely going to get more to work than that, but there is a chance none of these will work. There's a chance all of them will work. First up, we got Capcom Classics Volume 2. And I only resurface games that have resale value individually. If it's a game that's, it's going to sell for less than $5, I won't even test it. It'll just be lotted up if it looks bad and sold as defective. Let's see, we got Super Mario Brothers Wii, which still always sells. This game's actually not that expensive anymore. I want to resurface it anyways just because I've been putting it off for a while. Wii Sports Resort, which is, again, like I always tell you, pick up Wii Sports. Wii Sports Resorts as well. Another copy of Wii Sports Resort. Another copy of Wii Sports Resort with the sleeves. So these will sell, I don't know the last time I sold one, maybe 12, 13 bucks. Echo, The Tides of Time. And wait a second. This has... Oh yeah, this has drag. These were sent in, and Echo did not work properly. It skipped. I played through the second level, and the audio was skipping out. Not badly scratched up, but a light resurface should help it. And then of course we got Dracula, which is it's just scratched all the heck here. We got a copy of Sewer Shark, which doesn't sell for much by itself, but since I have Sega CD games, I can make a nice lot out of it. Star Wars Battlefront. Price went down on this, but disc alone I should be able to get around $9 for, hopefully. This is not Pac-Man Rally. Well, yeah, it is Pac-Man World Rally. I can't even remember if this game's worth it or not. I need to double check that. It's just in a pile here. We got 2 copies of Virtua Fighter 2. So those will be resurfaced up. Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. Always pick these up at a yard sale. They sell for 10 bucks easy. Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock. This is a $14, $15 game. Definitely worth it. Spyro, A Hero's Tale. Again, it's missing the manual, but this is definitely one to be resurfaced. And of course, we got this I picked up recently at a Goodwill. I haven't tested it, but for the amount of scratches it has, I want to clean the disc up a little bit. But with the case here, that should be about 20 bucks. So I'm pretty happy about that. Always remember, now a lot of people will message me and they'll say, if I send a game in, can you resurface it? I always say to them, there's a chance if the game's worked before it's just scratched up, I could ruin the disc. That's with any resurfacing machine that you have. You always have that potential to remove the wrong amount of material from it, and you can just completely damage it. If you have a disc that's scratched but it plays, leave it alone. That would be my biggest recommendation. The reason why I'm doing it with Wii Sports is it's scratched up to the point to where it looks not so good at all, and I got a feeling it won't play. I haven't tested this one, but for the price of what it is, I'm going to go ahead and do it. It just looks bad enough to where it needs it. But if it was a high-end game, you know, Castlevania Symphony of the Night or something, it was scratched up, but it played, and you played all the way through it, I wouldn't touch it at all. So always remember, there's always that risk of damaging a game with a resurfacing. If you want to get disc resurfaced that you have, I would avoid doing, you know, the little toothpaste trick and the banana peel trick, all that. I wouldn't go out and buy one of those little crank machines that you get at Walmart for $10 or $20. The best thing you can do is go to your local, you know, CD store, record store. A lot of times they have resurfacers. If you have a retro game store, a lot of times they have it, and they'll charge you $2 or $3 a disc for it, whatever it may be. But if you do what I do, if you resell, invest in something like this, it will pay for itself tremendously. If you ever get lucky enough to find one of those crazy expensive ones for a quarter of the price, by all means, go for it. But I would never drop that kind of cash unless I was moving, you know, 50 discs a day, which I don't think any of us are doing. So with that said, let's go over some of the materials that I use for this. These are the most expensive parts, and that's these pads. These are little abrasive pads. You don't want to touch them too hard because they can indent and it'll ruin your disc. I can't remember the price I pay for these. I buy these in bulk. They don't wear out as quick as you think. This is one that I've used for maybe 40, 50 discs. Maybe even more than that, I have no idea. You can see how it wears down and starts to eat down. One of the tricks that you can do if you want to prolong the use of these is get you a little cardboard cutout right here, and it actually raises this up a little bit, and you can get this thing all the way down to the black. I don't have any of that on hand, so I'm just going to go ahead and get another one, but I do save those for when I run out, and then I do the cardboard trick. That's for your white compound. Now, I know a lot of people who use the JFJ, they will say that the compounds are expensive and they're not necessary. I can agree with that to an extent, but at the same time, I've seen people use other compounds that don't work quite as well. You have this white compound. This is going to be the most abrasive out of all of them. This you put on one of these pads, coat it quite well. You got to use this almost every single disc. And then you have the polishing compound, which is this blue stuff right here. And you can see this pad and this pad, I believe, were started at the same time. The polishing compound just gives a nice shine to it. Some discs only really need a polishing compound. It can be a little bit abrasive enough to take off very minute scratches. But this stuff lasts forever. You can completely soak this and be good for quite a bit before having to put more compound on it. Depending on how bad a disc is, I use sandpaper. And that's these pads right here. I try to write in Sharpie right in the center. This one says coarse. This one doesn't say anything because I know this will be the soft. A lot of people ask me what are my routines when it comes to doing a disc. It really depends on the scratches of it. If a disc is scratched to where obviously, you know, you can slightly feel the scratches, they're everywhere, I will do a 20-second coarse, a 20-second soft, a 1-minute white, and then a 1-minute blue. And then the severity of the disc is going to be less. If the severity of the disc is less than that, then I'll start with maybe 1 white for a minute and then 1 blue for a minute. I've experimented, 2 minutes, with white, 1 minute blue. I feel that the 20-second coarse, 20-second soft, 1 minute white, and 1 minute blue is perfect for me. That one does just fine. I've seen people who will just use the sandpaper coarse and then go immediately to the polish. There are a lot of different ways. I've experimented with this thing, like I said, for a couple years. And to me, that's the best option. Most of the time, I get away with 1 minute coarse, 1 minute white, 1 minute blue, and I'm done. I don't need to do anything else. This can make your disc absolutely flawless. If you're new to it, you might have some streaking lines. You might have a ring around the center. If your pad is not directly pushed over just a little bit to where it's going to catch perfectly, you can have issues that way. And the biggest reason that you will have scratches if you use this machine afterwards is if you do not use a terry cloth, a felt cloth. You get these things anywhere at a tool store. car wash place, any place like that. These things are super cheap, but you need these, and you need a brand new one each time. I actually keep a shelf over here full of them, and anytime I have a stack like this, I like to use a brand new one, just because if you like, you can even see just little pieces of something that gets stuck on that. If I don't know any better and I wipe that disc, I'm just creating scratches. It's a little bit of OCD for me, but I ain't gonna say I ruined discs, but I've added scratches to them. PlayStation 1 games that are black, they show scratches very easily. If you have a clear disc versus one that's standard black, the clear disc can look absolutely perfect and done the same way as the black one. The black one can show a lot of the spirals that this thing can cause, and that's with any resurfacing machine. It's really hard to get that out of there. But do note that PlayStation 1 games always kind of show slight scratching even after it's done. So whenever I apply my chemical to these, this is a new pad. It's going to cause a lot of vibrations and shaking for this thing. It's going to be bounced around a lot until it starts to wear down a little bit. With the chemical, I'm going to use my white compound. I'm going to coat the heck out of this thing for the first go around. And then after each one, I don't have to add as much, but we want to keep this moist. Some people recommend keeping it in a Ziploc bag to, preserve the moisture. I find it's not going to matter regardless. You're going to lose that moisture and you're going to have to redo this. Some people will spray it with water. I don't do that. But I will, between each disc, add a little bit more compound. Mainly for the white. The blue you don't necessarily have to do because it lasts so long. So for my first go around, you can see I got this thing completely coated. And when I put this inside, I'm going to push it as far as I can to the right. It just prevents an inner ring from showing. And let me show you a before and after of a disc. Now, another thing to keep in mind with the JFJ is if you do a lot of these discs, you can do about 2 or 3 discs and give it 5 minutes. This pad can get really hot, and it can actually cause damage to the disc, so you definitely don't want that. Oh, this has Crash Bandicoot Warped in it. Okay. I was wondering about that. Alright. There's that. That's a PlayStation 1 disc. Let's start off with a clear disc, just to kind of give you an idea. I want one that's like severely scratched up, not nothing that's here we go. This will be a good starting point here. All right, here is a copy of Wii Sports. As you can see on the back, I don't know how well that's going to pick up those scratches, but it's got some heavy scratches in there. I'm going to give this the 20-second sand. I'm going to give it the full routine on this one just because the scratches are a little bit more severe than I would like. So we're going to unscrew this nut here. Make sure that's nice and tight and that's in. And I'm going to remove this and we're going to do the course for 20 seconds. And you saw how the disc looked before. I'll show you how it looks like after. Alright, so after it's had its I've already did the 2 sandings and the 1 minute on the white. One thing I like to do when I pull this disc or pull the pad out is, of course, retighten the bolt because that can loosen up. Take one of my old rags, obviously that's a lot cleaner than the rest, and use this to get the residual residue that's left on this, and just to get as much as I can, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Some people will warrant not to do this, but for me, I always do it. And then I'm going to use the brand new cloth on the after the polish, and that's what we're going to add here. And this stuff is great because a little bit goes a long way. And there it is. As you can see, the disc looks a hell of a lot better than it did going in. This has a far better chance of playing now that we have it. I'm going to finish up all these discs and we'll head into the game room, test some of these out, and see what our return is on here. I don't know how many I got, maybe 10 or 12 games. And I know that all these are defective. We'll see if we can get any of them to work with this machine, and you can kind of base your review on that. But for me, this machine is a lifesaver. It has saved so many discs, so many high-end games, that it is unreal. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these up, and we'll head in there and check that out. Alright guys, so we're here in the game room. I'm not going to show you every single one of these games, tested. I'll tell you the results at the end. I got to do the Wii outside because I don't even have the Wii in here anymore. We'll start off with some Sega CD games. We got Dracula. This one was in very, very bad shape. I'm kind of doubtful if it'll play, but it'll be nice if it does. Let's go ahead and see what it can do. Ooh, that is not a good sign. Wants to read the audio, but it doesn't want to read the game. Let me reset. I love the way that starts up. Sounds excellent. Yeah, immediately going into this. This is not a good sign for that game, but it was in pretty rough shape. Well, I was going to say. You can do it. I believe in you. Nintendo doesn't, but I do. It just doesn't appear like it's a good sign at all. It kind of seems like it froze up. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Look at that. You think I'm kidding? I'll have to play through this a little bit, make sure it's not going to have any skips. I want to make sure it loads every time, too. The first time may have been a fluke since I had the Sega CD on in a while. Alright, let's move on to the next game. This one looks like it's starting up, which is very nice. Kind of surprised me because that game was in not the greatest condition. Let's see another one here. Alright, next up we got Sewer Shark. Let's see if that one's going to power up the way it should. Oh, going to have to grab the controller. Press start. Off to a good start now. We're not immediately going to a different screen. Very cool. Very awesome. So I'm very happy about that. That's two out of, well, the first two that I tried. I'm not saying all these are going to work. Alright, so that's a good sign right there. Again, I'll test these, play a level or two, just to make sure that it's going to go all the way through for the most part. I'm going to do Sonic right now too, or not Sonic, but Echo. And the reason that I wanted to resurface it is the last time that I was testing it, it only went to about, it went to the second level and the audio got real bad. So I'm going to test this and I'm going to show you the results here. Alright guys, so Echo worked just fine. I got to the second level, no audio issues, so I'm going to consider that good. I'm going to move on to the PlayStation 2 games here. I did do the Virtua Fighters and the Saturn. Only one of those worked. One of them did not work at all, so that's one defect so far. Spyro Hero's Tale, let's see if this will load up in the PlayStation here and play like it should, which will be very nice because this game sells for a decent amount here. Alright, well, it looks like we got two defects because Spyro is not going to work either. I might give it one more run through with the machine, but as of right now, trying to get this with one hand down here is not easy. But that one is not going to work. That's a shame, but like I said, I'll give it one more go. Again, not all these games are going to work, but they were all defective to begin with, and we've already were winning so far, so let's try that PS1 Crash Warped, see if we get any results out of it. Alright, there you have it. That one is a bust too. So now I got 3 games out of the 12 or 13 that I tested so far that don't work, but I tested, I don't know, 5, 6 or so that do work. I still got a few more to test. Let me do those and I'm going to tell you the end results out of all of it. Alright guys, so I got done testing everything out there, and these are all the games that did not work, and I don't know how many. I'm sure someone's counting, but I don't like to say 12 or 13 games. These are ones that just will not play. The first one up is Crash Warped. That one did not play. Wii Sports Resort's one of them. The others did work. New Super Mario Brothers. But these 2 Wii games, I had to resurface quite a bit. They were pretty scratched, and you take too much off a Wii game, they're very sensitive. Spyro, A Hero's Tale, and one of the Virtua Fighter 2s. That's okay for what I did. I was expecting around those results, because keep in mind, all those games were absolutely broken, and now the games that aren't, I can sell. The machine pays for itself over time, and it'll make you money, which is very nice. It's a good investment, but with that said, let's check out that package that came in and end this episode. Alright guys, so hopefully y'all enjoyed that episode. Like I said, I got one package that came in, and this is from a Mr. Matt Strady. Y'all seen him many times before. He's really helping me with my N64 collection. We go trades or I just buy straight off of them. This one, I'm not too sure. He said there's some N64 games that I needed from the list, and maybe some other things. I'm not too positive. He always sends some pretty wild stuff. But he has tremendously helped me with the N64 collection big time. I see the finish line to it, if that makes any sense. He's got a note right here on the top, which is good. Alright, let's see. He writes it on everything. Renebean, first off, I ran out of the cue cards. Okay, so this will have to do for now. Here's 2 more games off the list. I have Retrofest this weekend, so I'll look out for you there. More random cases for you, enjoy, and last but not least, a little gift for you, enjoy. The spine needs to be flattened, perhaps. As always, Shredder, thank you, Mr. Shredder, and he's another one of the people that I have like ongoing trades. Sorry about that, the camera shut right off. I was checking one of my bank accounts and it logged me off, cut the camera off completely. But Mr. Schrader here is a person that, like others, I have ongoing trades with. He'll look out for me, I look out for him. He actually, that Atari 5200 lot I got, he got a bunch of the games from that. So there's no telling what he sends in here. Let's see. These are the 2 games. Oh, excellent. I actually had someone reach out to me that I thought I needed this, and he took that one right off the list. I have to message him back, so that's awesome. Well, it's the Powerpuff Girls, but it's one that I needed for the set. And Bassmasters 2000. I love Bassmasters games. There's something about them. They're just amazing. Some people may not like them, but I thoroughly enjoy them. Oh, if this is the gift, that's wonderful. Oh, this is cool. Look at this. The Legendary World of Zelda. Celebrate 30 years of epic quest. What is this about? Oh, man. You want to talk about some reading material. This looks awesome. Everybody knows I'm a huge fan of Zelda, and this is cool. I'm definitely going to have to check that out. Thank you for that. That's very awesome. You got it maybe $4.99 at half price books, which is awesome. I'd pay double that for sure. Very cool, man. He says he's got some random cases. Like I said, he throws some random stuff in here all the time. Yeah, it's just all empties, but I always need cases, which is good. ATV Quad Racing 2. Tom and Jerry War of the Whiskers. Major League Baseball. Feels, yeah, I was going to say, that's got Tony Hawk's American Wasteland in it. Tony Hawk games, man, they went downhill big time, didn't they? Special Edition Call of Duty 2. What the hell is this? What is this? Some sort of CDR of something. I don't even know what that is. some old school stuff, maybe. The Sims 3. Right programs on Rogue Trooper, PlayStation 2. Very cool. Oh, goodness. We got Madden 06 PSP case. We got a random Star Wars, the Clone Wars lightsaber duels. Very cool. Simpsons Hit and Run for GameCube. Very nice. We got NCAA Football 13, just the case. DOA 2 Hardcore. Was that like wrestling or something? Oh, Dead or Alive. I'm an idiot. I don't know why I'm... You can tell it's been one of them days. And Namco Museum. Mr. Trader, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Just let me know or tally up the totals of what everything is, and we'll go back and forth from there. But everybody else out there, thank you so much for watching. And as always, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.